Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to Starry Tarot. My name is Sophie. I am your friendly reader for this evening, afternoon, morning, wherever you are in the world. I can answer any of your questions with the exception of medical and or legal questions, and all of my donation information can be found posted right there at the top of the chat. Today I am using the Tarot of the Familiars deck. Some of you may be familiar with this deck. I've had it for many years, as I've had most of my decks for quite a while. It's a very, very beautiful deck by Lisa Parker. She's also done a few other oracle decks, if I'm not mistaken, possibly some other traditional tarot decks, but this is the one that I have by her. Yes, I am also a psychic medium. I can also communicate with those who have passed on. If that is something that you are indeed interested in, please let me know before making your donation for that, because I do need to check and make sure that they are indeed available for me to communicate with. 95% of the time they are, but I aim to please. I don't want to disappoint anyone. So if for whatever reason you do end up donating and we check and I can't get through to the person, I will refund you your donation. But I will make sure that they are able to communicate with. I can make sure that yes or no before sending it. I answer any questions, like I mentioned, with the exception of medical or legal. I can't stress that enough. I answer a lot of romance questions, a lot of love questions pertaining to career, one's finances, spiritual questions. Really, the variety of questions in which I've asked definitely runs the gamut there. And I offer, one of the types of readings I offer is a soulmate confirmation reading, which I think sounds pretty self-explanatory there. I ask your angels, your messengers, and your spirit guides if a particular person in your life is indeed a soulmate, and if so, how, in what capacity, if not, why not. And that's also to say, with reminder, that I know the word soulmate in our modern day lexicon is usually like immediately associated with romantic partner, but it doesn't. We have many different soulmates in this life and in past lives, and they are definitely not all romantic. That's another aspect of clarity you could get as well. Alternatively, we can also ask the question, we can ask your spirit guides if they give their blessing towards someone in your life. If you do get that blessing towards anybody in your life, they're doing right. That person's doing right, and they're definitely meant to be in your life. Because it's very hard. It's very hard to get our spirit's blessing. I also have been studying past life regression therapy since I was a child. Probably around the time I started studying astrology, around the time I started reading, I started studying past life regression therapy and underwent it myself when I got a little older, was better able to comprehend certain things. Extremely fascinating, and I found a couple of years into my professional foray into tarot that I was really doing past life readings for a lot of people inadvertently. So that's something that I offer separately now if that's something that you are interested in exploring. And it doesn't have to be asked with the intent of illuminating something that's most relevant to your current life's journey. Like I did a past life reading for a fellow reader a few weeks ago, maybe 2-3 weeks ago, and we wanted illumination as to why they felt an affinity to Greek culture. And so Spirit illustrated the past life and where that was and exactly what sparked this interest that they had in Greek culture. It was very, very fascinating. It brought them a lot of clarity. I mentioned earlier that I do answer a lot of romance questions. And for those, I have a lot of people come to me asking, how does so-and-so think about me? What are their feelings towards me? What are their intentions towards me? I have a spread that some of my clients refer to as the OG love spread, but it can really be done for not just romantic partners. I've done it for coworkers, family members, pets, like you name it. But it answers their thoughts towards you. their feelings towards you and their intentions towards you, in addition to reading your general energies in the connection, as well as reading their general energies in the connection. And it can be done with a 5-card mini reading, it can be done with a 10-card full, or it can be done with a 15-card in-depth reading. I am also currently offering my yearly comprehensive readings. It is 2 cards. It's for 2026, and it's 24 cards, and I pull 2 cards for every single month, and we go through your 2026 as it stands now with current energies, with everything that you're doing right now. If you stay on the path that you're on, this is how things are likely to unfold. They're very wildly comprehensive and accurate. And yeah, I pull 2 cards for every month. And those are $26.26, or if you donate over SuperChat, they are $34.34. But I highly recommend those. I started getting them again this year, and people were really anxious to get one too. I have a lot of longtime clients that get them every year, and I will be offering them until the 15th of January. I will be leaving the country on the 5th of January. I believe I'm still leaving on the 5th of January. So I don't know how present I'll be online, but I also, this is a good lead up here, I also offer private readings, always, especially when I'm traveling, or when I'm just not online for whatever reason. If you have a question that you need me to answer, just send me your donation, and I can return with your question, your donation and your question together, and I can answer your question for you with a 24-hour turnaround. I can usually do it within about 2 to 3 hours, tops, but if I can get to it, the moment I receive your donation, I will. It basically at my earliest convenience, which I can do pretty quickly. I do those over voice memos via DMs on Instagram, or if you don't really use social media, that's fine. I also type them via email, so that's another way. And then I also do private readings by appointment only. Those are one-on-one over Zoom. By appointment, scheduled by appointment only. And it's the same setup as this. You see the cards, you see me, and there's no limitation to the number of questions that you can answer. There's no limitation to the number of cards that I pull. You can provide me with all of the backstory and context you feel is necessary or would be helpful. And yeah, it's just a really immersive one-on-one experience there. Hi, Crystal Ray. Welcome. Good to see you. Great. Thank you so much, Crystal. I hope you are doing well today. That's so funny. You popped on like right at the end of my spiel there. Yeah, so we are just waiting for Miss Crystal to make her donation, but the donation queue is currently open. Whoever donates next will be read for first. Thank you so very much. Hi, Felicia. A throwdown for between two vendors would be a mini reading. That would be a 5-card reading. You're welcome, Miss Felicia. And we just received a donation from Crystal Ray. Thank you so much, Crystal. Please go ahead and post your question right there in the chat. Thank you. Hi, Crystal. Please go ahead and post your question. Thank you. Hi, Crystal. Please post your question, love. Thank you. And we just received a donation from Miss Felicia. Thank you, Felicia. Let me add you here. I believe that I talked to one of the men who burglarized my home today. What did he think about what I said to him? Do you happen to know his name, Crystal? Okay, that's fine. Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, was the guy who Crystal believes burglarized her home, what did he think of what she said to him today? Ancient Masters and Spirits, the guy who Crystal thinks burglarized her home, what did he think of what she said to him today? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, the guy who Crystal thinks burglarized her home, what did he think about what she said to him today? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, the guy who Crystal thinks burglarized her home, what did he think about what she said to him today? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, the guy who Crystal thinks burglarized her home, what did he think about what she said to him today? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, the guy who Crystal thinks burglarized her home, what did he think about what she said to him today? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, the guy who Crystal thinks burglarized her home, what did he think about what she said to him today? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, the guy who Crystal thinks burglarized her home, what did he think about what she said to him today? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, the guy who Crystal thinks burglarized her home, what did he think about what she said to him today? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, the guy who Crystal thinks burglarized her home, what did he think about what she said to him today? But months back, I had a weird feeling about them because they sat in the park every day doing nothing, watching my home. Yeah, they were casing your place, is what it sounds like. Sorry, one moment. Okay, so what did he think about what you said to him today? We have Eight of Swords reversed, Four of Pentacles, Two of Wands reversed, Ace of Wands, and Knight of Pentacles. I think that he is one of the, I do think he's one of the people who did it, Crystal. I think you're onto something. Again, we have this Eight of Swords reversed. He does not think that he's going to get in trouble for this. But the gears are starting to turn. I think he's going to do his very best to avoid you and might even try to leave town, might try to skip town. Four of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles. He feels like he was not in the wrong here. He's got a warped ass sense of logic and feels like he has the upper hand with this Ace of Wands, and that they there's no way that they'd be able to build a decisive case against him with the Two of Wands reversed. But he also, like I said, I think he also might be thinking about skipping town and laying low for a while, because you have got the gears turning. Eight of Swords reversed. He doesn't want to go to prison. Does he feel guilty for what he did? I'm not seeing guilt, no. But I am seeing someone who feels that they were in the right. And if he was watching your house, like who watches someone's house for months? That's really sus behavior. That's why we notice it when that kind of stuff happens. That's one of those see something, ideally say something if you can. And it's just, yeah, it's super suspicious, for that to happen, for him to be behaving that way. And again, I think that this is they're professionals. They do this professionally. The group of them, this Knight of Pentacles, it's just like, to them, it's just another day of work. It's like, we always think, about how can people live with themselves, like that do things like this for a living, that do things that scam people, like professional scammers and stuff. How do they sleep at night? How are they able to go on like living? It's because they have no sense of conscience, or at least it's a warped ass sense of conscience. Maybe they're good to their families, but to the rest of the world, they're terrible. And somehow this guy is able to sleep comfortably at night. But I think he is a little fearful that you might be onto something, that you figured it out. But at the same time, it's not as though they were being covert about anything either. They could have done a better, I like to say that they could have done a better job of burglarizing you, but what were they thinking? Like, casing your house in broad daylight. I told him, did he hear the old school down south saying that you don't have to touch someone to hurt them? I said, didn't you see my altar? And then I walked off. Yeah, he and that's where that warped sense of justice comes in. I think he feels like if you're the type of person who performs black magic or any kind of spell work, then you're kind of asking for people like him to burglarize your home. That's part of his warped logic. Remember, we asked how he felt, or how they felt when they saw your altar. It kind of pushed them to want to burglarize you more, gave them more of a reason, like a moral high ground. The worst, I highly do not recommend putting black magic on him. I know I can't tell you what to do, Crystal, but the knife always turns. The worst, and he will get his karma. He's already scraping his karma, but it's going to get worse. He's like, justice will be served, trust and believe. Karmically, like, it absolutely will be served. It would be nice if it could be served, prison-wise, like actually by the court system, the justice system, because this is, this is a felony. He should be locked. He should be behind bars. This is not okay. If I were to do any kind of spell work against someone who did that to me, I would simply ask Spirit to do everything in their power to make their life a living hell. And just through the falling of the dominoes, just through their karma that they've already scraped up and racked up with me and other people, it's never good to take it into our own hands. And furthermore, like I said, that it doesn't scare a person like him. He feels like he has a moral high ground. Like I mentioned, when he saw your altar, I think he goes to church super regularly, and that's not to say that you don't go to church super regularly, but I think he's like hella Catholic or something, and just doesn't really acknowledge black magic and really like looks upon it with like I keep on repeating myself, with a moral high ground that isn't deserved. So that is what I'm seeing there, Miss Crystal. I know justice will be served for him and to the others karmically. I truly hope that I don't know if you filed a police report or anything like that, but I truly hope that they get their justice also through the justice system as well. Thank you very much, Crystal. I appreciate you. Felicia, thank you very much for your donation, Felicia. Give me one moment, please. All right, Miss Felicia. Thank you for your donation, hon. Which is the better option, 1, Apollo, or 2, Rusk? You're very welcome, Crystal. Masters and Spirit Guides, what is the better option for Felicia, Apollo or Rusk? Masters and Spirit Guides, what is the better option for Felicia, Apollo or Rusk? Masters and Spirit Guides, what is the better option for Felicia, Apollo or Rusk? Masters and Spirit Guides, what is the better option for Felicia, Apollo or Rusk? Masters and Spirit Guides, what is the better option for Felicia, Apollo or Rusk? Masters and Spirit Guides, what is the better option for Felicia, Apollo or Rusk? So the first two are going to be Apollo, and the middle card will be the general energies, and the last two cards will be Rusk. Masters and Spirit Guides, what is the better option for Felicia, Apollo or Rusk? Masters and Spirit Guides, what is the better option for Felicia, Apollo or Rusk? Masters and Spirit Guides, what is the better option for Felicia, Apollo or Rusk? Masters and Spirit Guides, what is the better option for Felicia, Apollo or Rusk? Alright, so for Apollo, we have 2 of Swords and the Hierophant reversed. Overall energy, we have Death. For Rusk, we have 3 of Cups and King of Wands, most definitely Rusk. I don't know what we are assessing here, and you don't have to tell me if you don't want to, Felicia, but absolutely Rusk, whatever this is, it's going to be transformative and is going to feel like very apropos. I don't know if this is like some kind of a new thing, but something new new coming into your life, man, like happening in your life. And with Rusk, yeah, I see this beautiful 3 of Cups and King of Wands. I see good value, satisfaction, celebration, like a victory, a win for sure. But with Apollo, I see regrets as to having made a certain decision. So definitely go with Rusk, love. Yeah, Two of Swords and the Hierophant reverse is like, oh damn, I should have listened to my intuition there, or maybe I should have like gone a different direction. Sorry, my eye's watering. I need to get my eyelash extensions redone, touched up. But anyway, yeah. So I absolutely would go with Rusk. 100%. Yeah, looks really good there, energy wise and results wise too. Yeah, my intuit is saying Rusk. There we go, honey. Yeah, and that because that's the Hierophant reverse is like you would be kicking if you went with Apollo, you'd be kicking yourself like damn, like my gut feeling. I went against my gut feeling with that. So yeah, don't go against your gut. No need to do that. Definitely trust your gut here. And I love the energy of the Death card right in the center too. Um, Transformation of some this is going to be transformational in some way. We love transformational. That's always welcome, especially when we're harboring a new year. Well, thank you so very much, Felicia. I hope I brought you some clarity to making your decision. Um, yeah, and that's what Spirit's even saying here with Apollo with the Two of Swords. They're saying like it's not even a decision that needs to be made. It's so like, yeah. Rusk was definitely the one for you. Sorry, my eye started running just a moment ago. Very irritating. All right. So the donation queue is currently open. I don't know why my commands aren't coming up, but there we go. Yeah, the donation queue is currently open, so whoever makes a donation next will be read for next. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for your donation, Tony. Super Chat is a little bit higher. It's actually $9.99 for a mini reading over Super Chat. So if you would like a mini reading, the difference would be $5.99. Okay, we could do like a 4-card reading for $9, or if you want to send the extra $1, we can do a full 5-card reading. You're okay. You're okay, Tony. You're all good. And let me go ahead and ring the bell. And go ahead and add you here. Oh, thank you very, very much, Tony. Okay, so let's see. That would get you for 14 over SuperChat. We can do like a 7-card reading if you'd like, Tony. Why does my friend Gabby keep trying to pull me into her life? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides, why does Gabby keep trying to pull Tony into her life? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides, why does Gabby keep trying to pull Tony into her life? What do you mean by that, Tony, if you guys are friends? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides, why does Gabby keep trying to pull Tony into her life? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides, why does Gabby keep trying to pull Tony into her life? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides, why does Gabby keep trying to pull Tony into her life? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides, why does Gabby keep trying to pull Tony into her life? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides, why does Gabby keep trying to pull Tony into her life? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides, why does Gabby keep trying to pull Tony into her life? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides, why does Gabby keep trying to pull Tony into her life? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides, why does Gabby keep trying to pull Tony into her life? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides, why does Gabby keep trying to pull Tony into her life? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides, why does Gabby keep trying to pull Tony into her life? I have interest in her romantically. She knows that, and I told her I don't want this kind of friendship, but she keeps on playing victim since I'm empath. Hard to say no. Oh, okay, yeah, I remember. Is she the influencer girl? And I said that she likes that you like her. I think that's what I said. And your warmth towards her, but that's not what your responsibility is. And if that's not the context you want the trajectory of the friendship to go, she might just be pushing her boundaries as far as she can until you like fully block her and stop her. We have the Ace of Cups, 9 of Swords reversed, the Chariot, 7 of Cups reversed, Queen of Pentacles reversed, 6 of Swords reversed, and the Devil reversed. Yeah, she's having a very difficult time. Just not having you at all in her life with this 6 of Swords reversed. She does have. It's not that she just doesn't have any fondness towards you at all, Tony. But because she does value you and she does enjoy the time that the two of you spend together. But she's also and I don't know if we touched upon this in the past, but she doesn't let on. She probably doesn't let this on at all, but she's highly insecure with this Queen of Pentacles reversed. And if she knows that you like her, she can pick up on that. And I think she's a bit of an energy vampire. She picks up on that energy. She loves that you love her, and she doesn't have to reciprocate in a romantic way. She can just keep going her own direction. With this Chariot card, she can continue being fundamentally disconnected. I kind of see that. Yeah, and she can continue not making a solid decision about, where is this going. You tried setting. It sounds like you tried setting a boundary, Tony. sounds like you guys have talked at length about what you want from the connection, what she wants from the connection, and it's very different. It's two very different things. And she'll keep pushing. She'll keep trying to be in your life until you finally like say, hey, either we're gonna be either I'm fine with us dating, but I realized I can't have you as just a friend. I've literally had to tell people that, and I've literally had people tell me that. Like it's gone both ways in my life. I've been friend zoned, and I've had to friend zone people. And I just try not to friend zone people anymore because I know that sometimes people will say they'll want you as a friend in their life, but my way of looking at it is if I were to imagine, like, say if I really liked someone and they were friend zoning me, would I want to be friends with them if they were not attractive physically, if I didn't find them physically attractive? And if the answer is no, if I can't imagine being friends with, like, a version of them that I wouldn't find physically attractive, then the answer is the friendship there is based on something that's not mutual, Like, try to set me up or something. I've had bad experiences. What do you mean, like, try to set you up? You've had bad experiences with other people or with her? I think we've all had bad experiences, Tony. Like I was just saying, I've been in this situation myself where I've been friend zoned or I've been told, like, hey, I can't have you as just a friend in my life. I need to have you as a romantic partner, or I can't have you at all, or I don't want you as a romantic partner, and I don't want you as a friend. I've had that too. Like, try to use me as rebound with others. Oh, and that's happened to me too, dude. That's happened to me as well. Yeah, where people will do that. That's the other thing. She's very insecure. I don't think she has a boyfriend right now. Am I correct in saying that? But this provides her with a certain level of security and an ability to try and move past the last guy that she was dating, because I don't think she's fully over him either. With the Chariot card, that's someone who's not fully over someone. Make others jealous. Exactly. Yeah. Try to. And I can't tell you, dude, how many times I've read for people too that come to me and say, if I started dating so and so, would that make this person jealous enough to want to date me? I'm like, don't do that. Don't play those games. Don't play those games. It's just gonna bite you in the butt. It's just gonna end up hurting you being insincere with someone. It never ends out working. So yeah, if that's part of what this is, I see less her trying to make others jealous and more you boosting her self-esteem. And I know it's probably crazy to think, like, why does an influencer girl need to have her self-esteem boosted? She's super, super insecure. She's very insecure in herself, and I think that's part of why she does what she does. I don't know what type of influencer she is, but I'd be hard pressed to think she isn't into beauty. I don't mind being her friend, but like I said, this is for Tat. Yeah, I thought that you told me that you didn't want to be just her friend. Maybe I'm misremembering things, but I thought I asked you what I asked myself in those situations. Like, if I wasn't physically attracted to that person, would I want to maintain a friendship? And sometimes the answer is yes. Sometimes dead ass, there is a depth to connection where I'm like, okay, yeah, I actually do kind of need them as a friend in my life. And then other times it's like, no, I wouldn't even, I don't think I really want them as a friend. Like, and then if you couldn't just be friends with someone too, that's also not a good sign, dude, because you don't want to date anyone who's not also your best friend, Your lover's all supposed to be your best friend as well. Like, I'll put in as much effort as her. I did, but I was physically attracted to her, but I've been getting over her. Yeah. And it's not, yeah, and it's just not, she's not reciprocating your attraction to her. And that's never easy, and it's nothing you can force. But if she's made it clear that she'll only be friends with you, which is what it sounds and looks like, she will continue trying to pull you in her life until you stop answering her calls, until you stop texting back. She'll keep on pushing. because she's also used to getting what she generally wants a lot of the time, and she likes that you like her a lot. It builds her self-esteem, and it's just not fair, you know, how you look at it, unless she opens up somehow. You're very welcome. You're very welcome, Tony. Much love and light to you. All right, so the donation queue is open. If you have a question for Miss Sophie tonight, please send in your donation. Thank you. And yeah, I am offering my 2026 readings. Remember, I am offering those 24 card spreads for the upcoming year. I will be offering those until January 15th of next year. And thank you, Tony, for your donation. Please go ahead and post your second question right there in the chat. Thank you. Can I ask one more? Why is Jade contacting me back after a while? Let's see. How long has it been since you spoke with Jade? And what is Jade's sign? You're an Aquarius, right, Tony? Apes, Masters, and Spirit Guides. Why is Jade contacting Tony after some time? Apes, Masters, and Spirit Guides. Why is Jade suddenly contacting Tony after some time? Apes, Masters, and Spirit Guides. Why is Jade contacting Tony after some time has passed? Apes, Masters, and Spirit Guides. Why is Jade suddenly contacting Tony after some time has passed? Apes, Masters, and Spirit Guides. Why has Jade suddenly started contacting Tony after some time has passed? Apes, Masters, and Spirits, why has Jade started contacting Tony after so long? After months, okay. Apes, Masters, and Spirits, why has Jade started contacting Tony after months? Apes, Masters, and Spirits, why has Jade started contacting Tony after months of no contact? Apes, Masters, and Spirit Guides, why has Jade started contacting Tony after months of no contact? Apes, Masters, and Spirit Guides, why has Jade started contacting Tony out of months of no contact? Have you spoken to her? Have you responded to her messages? I wonder if we're going to see the Page of Cups here. Strength, Seven of Swords, Two of Wands, Ten of Pentacles, and Seven of Pentacles. You haven't responded? Okay. Did you guys date? Because I see it, I feel like if you read the message, you'll find that it's something, she's probably being flirtatious towards you. She's trying to get your attentions, and she may very well be using her feminine wiles, her sexuality, and her attraction. She's attracted to you still, or has had a resurgence. You just messed around? Okay. Well, I don't know how deep her affections ran for you in the past. She may have hid them from you. We have this Seven of Swords. There's some good news with this Seven of Swords and some bad news with this Seven of Swords. There's a lot that she hides from people. Seven of Swords is theft, lies, betrayal, deceit, and I feel like she wasn't as forthright about her feelings for you as she could have been months ago when you guys, I know you just messed around, but she did like develop like a crush on you. I thought we were going to see the Page of Cups here, and the Page of Cups is not just a card of someone popping into your life. after a while, but it's also a crush card too. Yeah, I didn't pull it, but I feel that's the energy I felt before I turned the cards. Was that I don't know, she's like been spying on you over social media, like not spying, but like watching your stories or something like that, but or looking at pictures of you or something to that effect. But she's had a resurgence in desire for you, and I honestly feel like she wants to take you more seriously as a romantic partner with both the Two of Wands and this Ten of Pentacles here. This is the strongest, arguably the strongest, most powerful card in the deck, the Ten of Pentacles. I pull a card for myself every day. I've been doing it for years, and I've only pulled it once for myself upright. And that day I happened to have been asked to ordain a wedding. It's a marriage card, but it's also like wanting something, something real with someone, valuing someone. I think she got mad when I didn't message her back because she said, "Okay, cool." Yeah, and was this months ago? I think she's over whatever happened there with the Seven of Pentacles. She's pushed through whatever frustrations she may have been feeling or experiencing. But I feel like just as she had a difficult time expressing herself in the past, she may have a difficult time expressing herself now. Oh, so you didn't. So she texted you, I'm guessing, and you didn't respond, but you saw that she texted you, "Okay, cool," kind of passive aggressively, I suppose, like a double text. And did you read what she said to you? I feel like she's trying to pull you back into. She wants to try to pull you back into her life. I know you said that you guys didn't have much together, but I think she wants more. There's a certain element of like forbidden fruit energy here. I know you guys messed around again. I don't mean to keep on repeating that, but she feels like there was like more for the two of you to have discovered. And I don't know how you feel about that, if you just weren't really vibing with her, or maybe she came on either too strong or not strong enough. But I kind of just get that your energies, that you feel as though your energies are mismatched. And to that, I would agree. Unless you're, like I said, unless you're really interested in starting something with her, like eagerly, because that's what I think she wants. And I don't know why she thinks that. I was just her friend. Well, people can definitely develop feelings, can grow feelings for someone. It doesn't happen every day, but especially with social media, people. There's a lady, a friend of mine. She's an older lady. She's in her like late 60s, early 70s. Her boyfriend right now was her date to her sixth grade dance. They never were boyfriend and girlfriend. He just took her to their school dance in sixth grade, like 40, 50 years ago. Longer than, like 60 years ago. And now they're boyfriend and girlfriend. He lives here in San Francisco, and they're as happy as can be. So it does happen. It does happen where people who were just friends grow. I mean, we change and grow over time as well. And you obviously struck a chord with her. You obviously struck a chord with her in some way, Tony. And I'll repeat it. It also sounds like she wasn't super good at expressing how deeply she might have actually felt for you. With the Seven of Swords, she could have just had a really bad time expressing, or hard time expressing that. So, yeah, I mean, I don't think it would be in like against your better interests to reach out to her. She is a nice lady. Okay, she's the nicest person you've met. Dang, that's intense. That's a highly esteemed title there. Yeah, I get good energy from her. I mean, the Seven of Swords I'm not crazy about, but like I told you, it's not that I'm saying. It's not that I saw that card and felt, oh, she's a liar, she's a thief, she's deceptive. No, it was more, this girl is so deceptive when it comes to how she feels about people. So I think she probably made you, and correct me if I'm wrong here, but she perhaps, and as a fellow Aquarius, we're not, at least myself, I'm not really good at reading people when it comes to romance. I think it's an Aquarius thing. My Venus is also in Aquarius. Um, and when I saw that Seven of Swords, it wasn't so much, oh, she's a thief, she's a liar. No, it's she betrays her own feelings to people. So she likely made you feel like you were just friends and it wasn't that big of a deal. Um, but I feel like it was a bigger deal to her than you thought. She was hitting on me and she said she liked me. Well, that's pretty forthright there, Tony. That's extremely forthright. She likes you. Yeah. All of that showed interest. It showed emotional interest, sexual interest, energetic interest, soulful, real interest there. Um, I do hate the Seven of Swords. It's my least favorite card in the deck. It's true, but with all those other cards there, she passes the vibe check for me. She definitely passes the vibe check, and she might, like I said, she just might have had. Well, it sounds like yeah, she was hitting on you. She was telling you she liked you. Um, I can't force you to do anything, obviously, but I would be kind of interested to see what she messaged you with. I do think it's something along the lines of maybe we could start talking again and see where things go. Sorry about that noise. Fire truck. Yeah, no, the energy feels good. It feels right on, Tony. Um, and yeah, so if you feel that you would like to try something with her again, I think the two of you are on the same page there. And that's what's up. Yeah. You're welcome. You're very welcome, Tony. Good luck with that. Let me know how things go. And let me try to find out what her sign is, too, if you can. Thank you very much. All right. So, again, I apologize for poking my eyes constantly. I need to get my eyelashes redone. So, once again, the donation queue is open. I'm going to spam the chat with my services that I do offer. And all of my donation can be found at the top of the chat and posted at the top of the chat and in the description of my live stream and throughout the body of the chat. Shout out to my ever so dutiful Nightbot. Yes, you too, Tony. Have a wonderful rest of your night. Yeah, so whoever donates next will be read for next. Thank you all so very much. Hello, Jessica. Good to see you, love. Sorry, my phone's having some issues. Give me one moment here, hon. So sorry. Thank you very much, Jessica. Just give me one moment, please. Thank you. And we are back. I'm doing well. Thank you for asking, Jessica. How are you? I'm really good. Just celebrated baby girl's first birthday yesterday. Oh my goodness. Happy birthday to Miss Baby Girl. On is my computer here. I was supposed to get my COVID and my flu shot today, my booster, my COVID booster, but I woke up with a bit of a sore throat. I don't feel sick in any other way. I'm not feverish or anything, but I rescheduled it for tomorrow, but I just noticed that I still have this little sore throat. It's not quite as bad as it was in the morning, but I don't know what's going on. Patrick, the baby, and you are all sick. Oh goodness, I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, that's why I wanted to get this done ASAP because I just stopped working. Because all the schools are closed for the winter now, so I've gotta armor myself. Well, I wish you all a very speedy recovery. I'm about to run in the house. Can I drop by my question? Can I drop my question in a couple of minutes? Absolutely, no problem, Jessica. I'll be on for at least another 40 minutes. No problem at all. All right, and we are back. Thank you so much, Jessica. Let me just switch over here again. Will I get the administrator job I applied to? Let's see. And when did you apply for the job, Jessica? Angels, Messengers, and Spirit Guides, will Jessica get the administrator job she applied for? Angels, Messengers, and Spirit Guides, will Jessica get the administrator job she applied for? Angels, Messengers, and Spirit Guides, will Jessica get the administrator job that she applied for today? Angels, Messengers, and Spirit Guides, will Jessica get the administrator job that she applied for today? Angels, Messengers, and Spirit Guides, will Jessica end up getting the administrator job that she applied for today? Angels, Messengers, and Spirit Guides, will Jessica get the administrator job she applied for today? Angels, Messengers, and Spirit Guides, will Jessica get the administrator job she applied for today? Angels, Messengers, and Spirit Guides, will Jessica get the administrator job that she just applied for? Angels, Messengers, and Spirit Guides, will Jessica end up getting the administrator job that she just applied for? Let's see, girl, let's see. We have Knight of Swords, Queen of Wands, 8 of Wands, 4 of Cups, and Knight of Wands. Yeah, absolutely. I think you're going to get this job, and I think you're going to hear from them very, very soon, Jessica. With this 8 of Wands right here in the center, I see there being swift, fast communication, getting in touch with you and letting them know, hey, we're definitely as interested in you as you are in working for us. We feel like you would be a great fit here. Based on your prior experience and knowledge with this, both the Knight of Swords and the Knight of Wands. And they feel that, yeah, you could really hold things down. The salary range is very transparent, so I'm excited. It pays well. Okay, there we go. That's wonderful. No limits, no limits. The only thing that concerns me a little bit is this 4 of Cups. 4 of Cups is oftentimes indicative of not everything being what you thought it would be. So I guess there's a certain level of disappointment to that card. But the traditional artwork of the 4 of Cards is someone is sitting down and they're lamenting. They're sitting under a tree and they're lamenting, focusing on their 3 empty cups. But if they were to just look up to the right, they have a full cup still. So it might not fill all of your cups here, metaphorically, but it will be a good fit for you. Spirit thinks it's a good fit. The employer thinks it's a good fit. And I would expect to hear from them very soon. And I also think that not only can you expect to hear from them really soon, but they are going to, like, everything's just going to move really swiftly in terms of onboarding. They're going to want you to start really soon, and yeah, good stuff here, Miss Jessica. Thank you so much, love. I appreciate you. That looks really, really promising. That looks super good. That's pretty much everything that I would want to see, minus that 1-4 of Cups. But I think that just is the name of the game with a lot of not just jobs but opportunities in general. They might not meet all of our criterion, but they will meet most of them. I'm so glad to hear that. Thanks so much. You're very welcome, Jessica. You are very welcome. Yeah, no, really good stuff. Very promising. Thank you, love. Oh, I think I just need to pull these eyelashes out. They are just not working for me. They are driving me bonkers. All right. So that the donation queue is currently indeed open. Whoever donates next will be read for next. Thank you very much. And reminder, also, I've started giving my yearly or annual readings for 2026. I will be giving those until the 15th of January. Of course, Miss Jessica, you too. Yeah, I don't know if I've ever given one to you in the past, in years past, but they're like remarkably thorough and accurate. Yeah, you have a wonderful rest of your night too, love. I hope you feel better ASAP. And your baby, and of course Patrick. And we just received a donation from Miss Tina Garcia. Thank you very much, Tina, for your donation, love. Did you have 2 questions or did you want a 10-card reading? You got it, love. Please go ahead and post your question right there in the chat. Thank you. a love reading that you do on Clayton's thoughts, feelings, intentions towards me, please. You got it. You got it, Tina. Thoughts, feelings, and intentions spread. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what are Clayton's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Tina? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what are Clayton's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Tina? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what are Clayton's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Tina? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what are Clayton's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Tina? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what are Clayton's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Tina? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what are Clayton's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Tina? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what are Clayton's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Tina? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what are Clayton's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Tina? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what are Clayton's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Tina? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what are Clayton's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Tina? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what are Clayton's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Tina? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what are Clayton's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Tina? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what are Clayton's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Tina? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what are Clayton's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Tina? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what are Clayton's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Tina? All right, love, we have the Star, Nine of Wands reversed, the Fool reversed, Six of Swords, Four of Swords, Five of Wands, Six of Pentacles, the Magician reversed, the Hierophant, and Two of Wands reversed. Okay. Would you, so this, oh shoot, it looks like the internet is getting wonky, but it should get back to normal. Just give it one sec here, I'm so sorry. Yeah, it's going back to normal, thank goodness. Okay, so the energy here, Tina, looks, doesn't look great. We'll start with your general energy. Here we have the Star and the Five of Wands. You are hopeful. You haven't lost all hope when it comes to your connection with Clayton. But, and correct me if I'm wrong here, there have been some conflicts, either inner conflicts within you or conflicts between you and Clayton with this Five of Wands here. There's something conflicting you. There's something that is conflicting you regarding this connection at this time. His current energies towards the connection in general, we have the Four of Swords and the Two of Wands reversed. Now this tells me that he has likely pulled his energies away, and it likely in a way that you have noticed, or at least if he hasn't already, I do see him. The Four of Swords is literally the card of taking a step back, taking a step away to think about someone or something, think about the situation, reflection, meditation, but it's also a pause. It's also putting a pause on things. And, you know, I speak of meditation, reflection, and while I think he wants to reflect on things between the two of you, I don't see him really coming to a solid decision as to where this is going, where this should go, what his next actions should be with this Two of Wands reversed. He's kind of stuck, not knowing, or not wanting to have to make a solid decision about something here when it comes to you and him. His thoughts towards the connection, we have the Nine of Wands reversed and the Six of Pentacles. He thinks that you deserve more from him. That it's like he knows, he believes that you should be getting more from him, energy-wise, emotion-wise. No conflicts between us, more than me. He seems more connected with me, or has reached out more. Okay. Well, that definitely checks out with the Six of Pentacles, because he does feel an obligation to you. He thinks that you deserve more than he's been giving you energetically, emotionally. Yeah, yeah, that it should be more balanced. Um, and yeah, okay, I see it. Yeah, so it has to be inner conflicts here. This Five of Wands, this Nine of Wands reversed. Yeah, he's not a super conflictual person. Um, but the Nine of Wands reversed is also about, has similar energy to this taking a step back to reflect. Um, then with his feelings, we have the Fool reversed and the Magician reversed. Both card, the first two cards in the deck, the Fool and the Magician, both reversed when it comes to his feelings. Um, so I want a little bit of clarification there. You said that he's been good to you lately. You don't feel that he's pulled back. So maybe this is how he's feeling towards you, Tina. But there's definitely a lack of feeling secure where he is right now when it comes to you and him. Um, Feeling as though this isn't on the entirely correct trajectory that it should be on, forward moving trajectory that it should be on. And again, feelings within him with this Magician reversed, feelings that he is not, that he should be giving more to you, that he should be showing up more for you, doing more for you in different ways. He's been more feeling lately lack of feeling secure. Maybe, yeah, yeah, and also this feeling of I don't want to say he feels obligated to do better by you and to treat you better, but he does feel it's like a responsibility of his that he wasn't necessarily neglecting or intentionally neglecting, but he feels that possibly if he were to ramp things up in a stronger way, um, in his emotional presentations to you, that perhaps it would result in something more solid. His intentions, we have the Six of Swords and the Hierophant. Six of Swords is usually about walking away. It's usually about getting in one's metaphorical ship and sailing to calmer waters. Um, it doesn't mean that he's moving away from you, but this could also be an energy of him turning a new leaf here, wanting to behave differently by you or do more for you, perhaps in an effort to have you in a more solid way in his life. If he does feel that you've been pulling back, um, we are at a distance. Okay, so it's pretty much all like communication is like all through like text. So you don't get to physically see one another. Yeah, there we go. Six of Swords. So he intends to he would like to sail in his ship and get to calmer waters to you. There we go. That makes sense. So all the communication, yeah, I think that would be, he really wants that in-person communication, and he wants something very traditional with this Hierophant card. And I think that in general, correct me if I'm wrong, I believe that the two of you do want the same things in life. I just don't know if you feel that you want the same thing from him that he wants from you. Does that make sense? Um, I get the sense that because I definitely see someone is pulling back their emotions here, and or ramping up emotions and actions. And from what you're telling me, it sounds like, yeah, you've got some inner conflicts towards the success of this connection, the the possibility of it being, of coming to fruition in the way that it should, um, and perhaps he has felt your energy has pulled away a little bit. So yeah, when it comes to his intentions at this time, I don't know if he's talked about it already, but he definitely wants to come see you. Six of Swords is also a travel card. So yeah, he's far away. That's it's an important part of being in a connection. He's a Taurus, and Hierophant makes sense with him. Yeah, Taurus. There we go. I go back and forth with what I want. He is more traditional. Yeah, yeah. Um, and perhaps that's what he's trying to do here, Tina. Is really trying to ramp up his efforts in order to hopefully win you over. Coming to see me makes sense. It totally makes sense here. Yeah, totally checks out. Because yeah, walking away from you seems very odd for him to do with all of his actions and energies and words towards you. If that was this case, I'd say he's an incredibly deceitful man, which I don't feel he is. I don't think he's deceptive. Um, at least not when it comes to you and your connection. Not seeing like Seven of Swords or something like that. I'm seeing more insecurities. And yeah, wanting to ramp things up. And the Hierophant is also a marriage card too. I don't know if he's talked about marriage with you. No, he is not deceptive. Yeah, yeah. Most Tauruses are both men and women tend. Well, either no. That's funny. I dated a Taurus girl, and I used to say Tauruses are so they're BSers. Not all Tauruses, but it's really interesting. From my observations, Tauruses go very like either like totally like absolute like the most trustworthy people in the world, or every word that comes out of their mouth is a lie. It's very all or nothing when it comes to the truth with them. Yeah, my ex was a compulsive liar. He would just lie about the stupidest things. He didn't lie about his feelings for me or things like that, but like he would steal shit from me too, and it was usually petty things, but still, and then he would lie about it right when I'd see him like holding what he stole in his hand, like just insane, you know. No, we are in early stages, but I know he takes relationships seriously. Yeah, and he passes the vibe check there for sure. Yeah, taking relationships seriously, taking you seriously, taking this connection seriously. And you've known one another for a very long time. You've known him since grade school. That's really sweet. I was talking to one of the ladies in my Shabbat group on Friday night, and I think she's the oldest out of all of us. I think she's in her late 60s, early 70s. Anyway, she was showing us her new boyfriend. Her new boyfriend was the date to her dance in sixth grade when she was 12 years old. They never dated, but he took her to the dance when they were 12 years old, and they stayed in touch. Never dated until now. Isn't that the cutest story? And they're so happy together. I was telling someone that story earlier. I was like, people can like definitely grow feelings for people over time. Yeah, and that's what she was saying was like, when I was younger, I never saw him in that way. I liked him as a friend, but just didn't feel that then. Maybe she's like, I don't know if I was ready to really like date or anything then, but we stayed in touch, went to different schools, and got married, lived our own lives, and here they are now together. Yeah, it's really, really cute. I loved looking at pictures of them now and pictures of them many, many moons ago on that first date. So cute. Yeah, no, it sounds like you guys definitely know one another quite well. I definitely feel that he's trustworthy, as you do too, and very traditional, as Tauruses often are. Um, yeah, he intends on definitely putting in the necessary effort here. So if as long as you feel on board with things, I think there's a lot of good potential here. But like you mentioned, you kind of go back and forth sometimes, which I also totally understand. We've all been there. Well, thank you very much, Miss Tina. Thank you. Much love and light to you. So the donation queue is currently open. So whoever makes a donation next will be read for next. Thank you. And I am still offering my yearly 2026 readings. I will be offering those until the 15th of January. And if you have been watching this live stream, please remember to give me a big old thumbs up. It really helps me out when you click the like button. Thank you. night, everybody. So I have been on for just about 2 hours now, so it is around that time of night where I do a last call for any and all donations tonight. If you have a question that you need me to ask for you, I am still here and happy to help. Otherwise, I will do my best to come on tomorrow as I always do, but as I mentioned, I might be getting my COVID booster tomorrow, and that usually ends up knocking me out. But I will do my best. But yeah, I am here right now, so if you have a question you need answered, please just send your donation in and we can commence with the reading. Last call tonight, everybody. Last call tonight for any and all donations. Thank you very much. Last call for any and all donations tonight. Thank you. Last call, everybody tonight for any and all donations. Thank you. Last call, everybody. Last call tonight. Thank you. Alright, it looks like everyone is happy and taken care of. Thank you all so much for a wonderful, wonderful night, and I will try to see y'all tomorrow.